Hi, welcome. Leonard Bacani from CVI News International. I'm here, as you can tell, in front of the White House, and this is new. We got this handy-dandy C-Vine thingy and mic, which is really cool. That's new. But I'm here taking advantage of today in Washington, D.C., because, as you know, I've been attending and reporting on the military tribunals at Fort Meade, and at the end of the day, the judge had suspended all further proceedings until further notice because he wanted to have a closed-door hearing. In other words, between him and the attorneys, we're going to discuss things of confidential nature, and they didn't want that out in front of the cameras or the public. So they were going to have closed-door hearings, and the judge hopefully will resume the proceedings on Wednesday. I have a direct line to the public affairs officer at the military base, and they are going to text me if they resume. We are going to have yesterday's proceedings. We're going to have the transcripts posted on our website, c-vine.com. And make sure to go to that and download that after it's been approved by the Department of Defense. However, like I said, I'm here today taking advantage of the day off, so to speak. And I put out a post asking if there were any C-Vine members in the Washington, D.C. area. And we had one of our own answer up, and that's Renee McCormack. I'm sorry. Renee, turn the camera around so people can see you and say hi. Say hi. So Renee volunteered to be my cameraman today. She's been very helpful. Told me how to get here. I was going to drive here. She says, no, don't drive to Washington, D.C. It's a mess. There's no parking. Take the train, which I did. It's funny because I didn't get off at the right place, so I overshot it. I panicked. I called Renee, so she got me here okay and started showing me around. So we're here reporting in front of the White House until, and hopefully, like I said, the judge will resume the tribunals Wednesday. Okay, so what happened yesterday? Almost the entire day, you had one defense attorney, and that was James Cottrell III, prominent in arguing most of the motions yesterday in front of the judge. He spent most of the time in front of the judge doing his thing, arguing his motions. What's interesting is James Cottrell is the lead defense attorney for al-Baluchi. And if you've been following our C-Vine articles and videos, you know that al-Baluchi is the money man. We know that every time you follow the money, that is where the action is. Not necessarily the head of the organization, not necessarily Mohammed, but al-Baluchi knows who's involved, what's involved, where the money's going, and he's the financier. So what's interesting is, who else is involved? They say Osama bin Laden financed the whole thing, but I don't think so. I mean, who else financed it? So it's going to be interesting to see. Anyways, prior to the judge announcing that there were not going to be any more hearings until they can have a secret hearing, or at least beyond the purview of the public. One thing that was prominent in that they were talking about things that even James Cottrell could not say. He was under court orders not to argue things or mention things as far as means and the methods of three-letter agencies collecting their evidence. So what came out yesterday, and this is very important, and this is, I don't know if anybody else is reporting this, but you're hearing it from C-Vine. What came out yesterday was that our government knew of the plan prior to 9/11. Let me explain that. Between April 2001 and October 2001, the CIA intercepted chatter from these terrorists. Okay, this chatter consisted of 118 calls that they intercepted from 25 different telephone lines. We don't know how many people were talking on each line. It could be one, it could be a dozen, who knows. However, so we don't know exactly to the extent how many people. We do know that a linguist had positively identified these subjects that were in custody as being the people behind or talking on the phone. So that's interesting, that came out. But what was interesting is that these intercepts were made between April and October of 2001. The 9/11 attacks occurred in September of 9/11. So they knew the plan prior to 9/11. They probably didn't know the extent of it as far as when it was going to occur or exactly where. They did intercept that traffic. So you're hearing it here. We're breaking it from CVine News International, and that's news. Okay, so we're here at DC. There's still, it's been 4 days now since Mueller came out with his report, and there's still buzz around town. Talking to people, they're still talking about that report. The Patriots are very excited because we know that this is a total vindication of the president. There was no collusion, no conspiracy, and total vindication. So Patriots are celebrating that. They're celebrating the fact that there's going to be declass soon. They're celebrating the fact that there's going to be unsealing of those 90,000 sealed indictments. Things are happening, folks. I don't know if you can feel it in the air, but we're Patriots all around the globe are excited. Things are finally happening, and we're here to bring it to you. Reporting from the White House, Leonard Bacani from CVine News International.